What's going on, YouTube? For a while things were looking grim for the minivan segment, but recently there has been a huge revitalization going on. Stalwart options like the Honda Odyssey have been joined by brand new options like this all-new Kia Carnival. So is this new option good enough to take down one of the longest running minivans in America? Let's go ahead and find out. So like always, the first thing to cover is the pricing and equipment to get things established. Let's start with the Kia, which, as always, provides plenty of bang for the buck. This is the SX trim level, plus a couple small options, and the destination charge takes us to a total of $42,970. Now moving to the Odyssey, the equivalent trim level to the Carnival is the Touring, which is what we have. The pricing is very similar for this model, so after destination, the total price is almost exactly $1,000 more than the Kia, at $43,975. We will look at these numbers again in the value section, but for now, let's dig into the exteriors. You've probably seen plenty of this generation of Odyssey around on the streets, since it's been out for a few years. It has a pretty bold exterior design that got even bolder after the refresh that blacked out its face. By comparison, the new Carnival attempts to look a lot less like a minivan and a lot more like a traditional SUV. Its face is sleeker and integrates in really nicely with the bending LED daytime running lights. The actual headlights and the fog lights themselves are LED on the Kia as well as on the Honda. Checking out the sides, both vans are significantly longer than even their 3-row SUV counterparts, at over 200 inches long. And as far as the wheels, both of them come with nice-looking 19-inch alloys. As we move around, you'll continue to find big differences in the design choices, with the one exception being the chrome strips that circle around both models. As far as the taillights, both are incandescent. The exhaust pipes are hidden on both, but the rear wiper is only hidden on the Kia, which helps give it a sleeker look. Now moving on to some of the other features, both models have heated mirrors with blind spot indicators, but only the Kia is power fold. And in addition to those blind spot monitoring systems, both Kia and Honda give you their entire suites of safety systems as standard equipment. That means they have automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, and auto high beam headlights. However, the warranties diverge quite a lot. Honda offers the typical 3 and 5 year warranties, but the Carnival includes a 5-year 60,000 mile basic and 10-year 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. Neither of them include complimentary maintenance. Finally, even though most people probably don't tow with their vans, both of them can handle up to 3,500 pounds if needed. Alright, that's it for the exteriors, but we're just now getting started, so let's head inside for the much more important cabins before we take them out for a spin. Walking up to the vans, both of them come with smart entry systems as expected, and they have remote start as well. The only little difference is that the Kia does not have a sensor behind the door handle, so you have to push the button to unlock. Now glancing inside the cabins, both are spacious looking, but the designs bear few similarities. The Kia has umber-colored leatherette seating, while the Honda is using black, real leather. Both seats feature 12 ways of power adjustment, multi-person memory, and heating, but only the Carnival has ventilation at this price. After getting in, we can take a look around at the broad category of material quality. The Odyssey is a very comfortable place to spend time, but the Carnival wins on premium touches, with more soft touch materials, piano black trim, and very realistic faux wood trim. After startup, you'll notice the gauge clusters, which have a 7-inch multi-function display for the Odyssey and a 4.2-inch display in the Carnival. The giant 12.3-inch full digital cluster on the Kia is only available on the fully loaded model. And then coming back to the steering wheels, both are leather wrapped and manual adjusting. Alright, but now let's get to the very important aspect of interior storage. While the Carnival does have plenty of storage areas, its desire to be more like a traditional SUV boxes it in a bit. Meanwhile, the Odyssey fully embraces its minivan functionality. It includes large open areas and super spacious bins, which allows for whatever objects are needed to be stored. Moving on, when we shift into reverse, the Carnival has a 360-degree camera system, while the Honda has a regular one that is much lower resolution. In regard to climate controls, both have 3-zone automatic setups, and both also have the standard sound systems at 7 and 8 speakers respectively. They sound decent and pretty much the same as each other. And now that brings us to the main infotainment systems. Starting off with the sizes, the Honda's comes in at 8 inches compared to the Carnival's massive 12.3-inch display. Both have wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, built-in navigation, and cool rear seat camera systems. Moving beyond the screens, the Odyssey has an auto-dimming mirror with HomeLink remotes, which is missing from the Kia. Also strangely missing from the Kia is a moonroof, which is something only available on the very top trim. Alright, so now let's head out to the rear areas, which are even more critical in a van. As expected, both have power doors, and the Kia also has hands-free opening. Once inside, space is equally cavernous in both, and both seats slide and recline. On the Honda, the seats can also slide side to side. Rear amenities are also galore. We've got rear climate controls, vents, sunshades, and charging USB ports. Both also have rear seat entertainment systems, but the Kia's is a dual screen setup instead of just one display in the roof. Moving on to the third row of seats, both crossovers have convenient folding and sliding mechanisms to give you a huge path to the back. And once in the third row, Honda will give occupants a greater than 5% advantage in legroom, but headroom measures are roughly the same. Now moving around to the rear, both have smart opening tailgates, and once they open up, you'll find massive cargo holds. The Carnival does have a 20% advantage when all the seats are in place, but that evaporates as the seats fold since the max capacities are nearly identical. Alright, so that's the interiors, but we still have to take them out on the road to see which one is better there. So unlike the Toyota Sienna, which recently switched to an all-hybrid setup, both the Odyssey and Carnival stick with the traditional powertrain route of naturally aspirated V6 engines. Coming in at 3.5 liters, the Honda makes 280 horsepower and the Kia 290 horsepower. Nice. So, just like with the LX Carnival, this has got the same 3.5 liter V6 engine, making 290 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, which Kia points out is class-leading standard power for this segment. I can definitely tell that this is really a stout engine. Just like that, up to 60, uphill, in this Odyssey. Now, as you can see, it's really a pretty powerful motor. As far as the transmissions are concerned, the Carnival comes with an 8-speed automatic and the Honda a 10-speed automatic. While the Odyssey does have more gears, in the real world, they feel about the same, both delivering smooth shifts and quick power delivery when needed. Now I might as well go ahead and talk about the transmission. what we have on board is an 8-speed automatic transmission, just like with many other Kia products. Really no complaints about this transmission. It does a fine job. Really smooth shifts. It's something that it just kind of blends into the background. And in my opinion, that's all you're really looking for in a minivan. It's something that has nice responsiveness, which it does, but also blends into the background. Both of them are also front-wheel drive, with no available all-wheel drive systems like some of the competition offer.
And as far as your drivetrains, this is going to be front drive only.
Of course, comfort is the real name of the game with these two, and behind the wheel they handle rough roads amazingly, with little to no impacts penetrating the cabin.
But, just cruising down the highway, we're going 59 miles per hour. I mean, that is what this vehicle does best. It's designed to do just family cruising, go down the I-75 down to Florida for vacation, and just be in ultimate comfort, and that's what this Odyssey really shines at. As you can see, we just went over an overpass here, and it is incredibly smooth, and the ride quality is great. And like he was mentioning, the minivan's mission is obviously, it's just to be super comfortable. And, when we were driving this a week or so ago, I really was impressed by it, and I still am with this SX model. It is so comfortable. I mean, pretty much any minivan is comfortable, so I can't say it's like way better than something else, but it is just absolutely insanely comfortable. Your family is going to enjoy every second that you're in this.
They also are very hushed at highway speeds as to not wake up the little ones.
So going 55 miles an hour, we're looking at 57.7 decibels. That's a really good reading, and just by the seat of my pants here, this is about as quiet as any vehicle you can buy. Nowadays, like I said, this is super comfort and family focused. And we are looking at 56.8 decibels. That's a very, very good reading. Yeah.
And finally, finishing up this part, fuel economies are pretty much identical, as you would expect. Last but not least, let's circle back to the price tags for our evaluation of value. The Odyssey cost $1,005 more than the Carnival, which means it'll get a half point. So there you have it. These two vans are both completely different and similar to each other in many ways. Both of them ultimately have a long list of strengths that make them fantastic choices for family duty. So let us know in the comments which of these two you'd choose below. We'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to keep seeing more comparison videos and our signature full review videos as soon as they post. Take care and stay safe out there.